Okay. Morning, everybody. Or at least, if for whatever reason this ends up being in the noon, or at least afternoon when it's uploaded, then afternoon. This is Rob Novakast, and I am really, really excited about talking about this. You can tell with all the excitement on my face. No, actually, this is... Oh, gosh. I'm going to say it's always hilarious when, especially when it comes to people like Greg, that go full force into giving their, as much as I hate to say it, like, opinions or lack of logic when it comes to, somebody like Greg. But yesterday, so that way there's context, October 1st, he uploaded 3 videos. The first one, talking about the Onision documentary. The second one, talking about the presidential election. I don't want to go there. And third, talking about when dealing with drama. And oh boy, that one's going to be fun. So, I just want to give a brief thought on the videos. So, without further delay, here we go. The first one in particular is the one that talks about the documentary. It's titled "The Onision Documentary is Falling Apart," which Onision documentary is in quotes. So, yay. And one of the main talking points or ramblings I'm going to point out now is because, he rambles for 20 minutes. 20 fucking minutes. Anyways, he pretty much bitch and moans about, Repsion not being a part of the documentary. And talks about how, like, when it comes to people who have been a part of the commentary community, they only want or discuss a particular narrative that have been created against Onision. Yes, he did actually say that. Which I always love talking about this. Because when it comes down to it, Onision thinks that we are just talking out of our asses when it comes to some of the things we talk about. Or when it comes to our concerns, we're just overthinking things. I'm going to say right off the bat, because we've said this time and time again, and the fucker still doesn't get it. We talk about, the mass majority of the time, we talk about the things that you, sir, have made public. Not this, hearsay, grade school rumors bullshit. We don't play that game. I mean, let's face it, if anybody would be guilty of doing that, that would be you, Greg, considering the fact that when it comes to a lot of the things you talk about, we only hear your side of the story. So, yeah, you're not innocent on that part, so you can just drop the act. But, yeah, when it comes down to it, we have talked about what you have made public when it comes to how you treat people online, how you have harassed and bullied your exes, how you've mistreated other people in the commentary community, or not in the commentary community, just the YouTube community in general. Eugenia Cooney, who wanted nothing to do with you, you continue to make video after video after video on her, vilifying her. And then even going as far as making the situation worse by telling your fans to try to contact hospitals to try to get her admitted, which I want to point out that any ethical doctor would not do unless she was willing to go. And then getting salty, and I love this, and then getting salty when somebody that you despise, Jacqueline Glenn, actually gets her the help she needs. Yeah. You talk about us being petty, but you want to do that shit. And then after Eugenia Cooney shows, or, leaves treatment, claim that you're the one that got her treated. Yeah. Fuck off. And then you have other people, Shane Dawson, Markiplier, various other YouTubers that you despise, and then you try to vilify. Claiming that your content is the best, even though it's below mediocre. So, yeah, when it comes to, the whole narrative thing, I would just look at yourself in the mirror, because for a lot of us, we don't do that. But it seems like people who create narratives would be you, Greg. Next thing is the presidential election, or him talking about it. This one's a tough one, because at this point, especially when it comes to like people asking me, who do I vote for, or who do I want to win in the presidential elections, I plead the fifth. I'm not going to. I honestly think that especially when it comes to being a content creator, I think that we shouldn't sway other people, in our communities, left or right. I don't, because at this point, choosing a side only makes things worse for whoever and whatever side. And in a sense, for a lot of the content that you make, especially with Greg, and when talking about this, you are only focused on that one side, and we end up going as far as going at each other's throats, because some people don't believe the same things that we do. So, at this point, here's just my ultimate thing. Whoever wins, all power to them. I'm just hoping that cities and towns aren't burned down after the decision is made. So, that's just my thoughts. I'm going to, leave it at that. The last video in the lineup that of videos that Onision posted on the 1st is basically titled "Get Over It." And he discusses actually this one was pretty short, how if you're dealing with drama, to get over it. That is literally, the basis of the video. If you're dealing with drama, get over it. Funny, coming from him. His exes don't want to deal with him, and yet he still brings them up. His family has nothing to do with him, and yet he still continues to bring them up as if trying to push a narrative. Funny. The whole thing with Shane Dawson, again. And actually, that's probably the biggest one. Dude, he didn't want to interact with you, so you went on this whole hate campaign to try to, take down his career. My gosh. I will say that's probably the funniest. If that was supposed to be a joke, Greg, then you know what? Thumbs up. But if it wasn't, then you're a fucking hypocrite. But, yeah. It was so stupid. I need some more coffee. So, bottom line, don't be a Greg. Don't be a hypocrite, and don't, as he calls it, pushing a narrative. And with that, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a comment. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. Even though we haven't done a lot of podcasts for the last couple weeks, and I do apologize, but unfortunately, especially on my end, the internet has been absolute shit. So, as soon as I can get the internet worked out, I'm planning on doing some more podcasts. But until then, and I want to point out too that we're also trying to figure out a way to record the podcast beforehand, and then I edit it, and then we continue to do the things we've been doing. But unfortunately, again, that's just another can of worms that we're going to have to figure out. But all in all, we're trying. We're trying to get back to the podcast. So, again, thank you guys. And with that, this is Rob of Novakast signing off. Have a good one, and take care. Peace.